What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. And let's jump right into this, guys. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing all right. Twan's in the house. TJ, what's going on, guys? Nice. What is going on, guys? Welcome. Let's just jump right into this, guys. So, sorry I have not streamed in about 4 days, I think it is. I have been on vacation, but we are back now. Let's run it, guys. Make sure you guys slap that like, and let's get into everything we got going on for today. So, right now, let's just jump right into it. Bitcoin sitting at around 96,000, a little over 96 right now. Not really doing much. Kind of been the story of the last week and a half, where we've been really just consolidating. Bitcoin's been kind of having either an up day or a down day, but it's really all been the same if you really think about it. It's really been an average of somewhere around that 97,000. If you were to take up the ups and the downs, that's pretty much where Bitcoin has been sitting. As far as alts have been kind of, up and down as well. I will say in the last couple of days, alts have not been looking too bad. Some of the alts have been breaking out slightly, looking like they are just being pimped up. Not pimped, but kept up, ready to just kind of, for that next move, for them to really explode. And that's pretty much why, on my thumbnail, you can see, obviously, I'm asleep. I'm tired. I'm bored of this, sideways action. But out of nowhere, guys, I'm telling you, we are going to see some kind of a move. Hopefully, it's going towards the upside, and it's just going to move fast. In my opinion, I think we're just going to move fast. The market has been basically just being kind of confined, and it's almost like putting an Alka-Seltzer in a Pepsi bottle and shaking it up, and we're kind of in that fizzing mode right now, no Diddy, where this thing is just waiting and it's just ready to erupt. No Diddy on that one as well. So again, you can see Bitcoin has been really consolidating in this this kind of channel. Right now we're at 96,100. Like I said, it looks like the bottom of the channel. If you really take out these little little scam wicks, you can see the bottom of the channel is somewhere around that 95.2, 95.3 area. Looks like that's where we've kind of been just bouncing and finding support. But on the flip side, we've been getting rejected pretty much around that 98.5 on a good day, right? And that's on good days. And I would say the last 2 days, let me just check real quick. The 15th, so yeah, really the last 2 days, we technically have been slightly moving towards the downside, making lower highs as we move, which usually comes out to playing out to where, like I said, it's almost like it's trying to find a bottom, and we're about to be moving fast. So I hope you guys haven't been bored of the market, really, because I think that's what's going on right now is people, and I told you guys this months ago, right? When we go through these kind of stages, they're almost worse than having just complete red days, because obviously we're all buying on red days. Days like now and the last few weeks, I have been accumulating on red days, but at the same time, it's just so boring. You're like kind of like that meme coin where you're just like with the stick, like do something, and that's pretty much what a lot of people have been kind of waiting for, obviously. But on the other side, I'm sure there's people that are just getting bored and selling off, right? And they're going to buy back in when Bitcoin starts running and all the meme coins absolutely take off, because you can only hold these cryptos for so long, and they're going to make a move. Like I said, we don't know for a fact if it's going to be towards that upside or the downside, but if you really think about it, since we've made this all-time high at around 109, we've been kind of trading towards the downside, right? But as of basically, if you really look back at the beginning of February, so it's been almost 2 weeks, we have been trading pretty much sideways, right? I know if you're looking at, your daily, looking at the 30-minute, hour, you can see fluctuations in the chart. But if you really look at the daily, which we will pull up right here, if you really look at the daily and you kind of just get a gist of what's going on, this has been in the last 2 weeks. It's just been literally trading sideways, which really is an indicator that Bitcoin might have found a bottom, right? And it just keeps retesting that bottom. Hopefully it can hold, right, and give us enough time for us to make a move towards that upside. We're still technically in a bull flag for Bitcoin since we made this all-time high at 109. So, as of right now, honestly, if you can just get the boringness away, and just get out of your mind, maybe walk away from the charts, like I've been, encouraging a lot of people, not financial advice, but just really maybe not being on top of the charts, as much as we normally are. I think you'll just kind of get away from just being so like, all right, we're having a good day. Oh, we're having a bad day. All right, we're having a good day. Like that mental kind of, area that we've been in where it can kind of play with you. No Diddy on that one. So hopefully we found this bottom. We are trending towards the side for right now. And at any given day moment, I think we're going to wake up and Bitcoin is going to start moving, most likely towards the upside. So right now, guys, like I said, boring. But things could be worse. Really, things could be worse. Cheers. Drinking a nice cold Coors. And fun fact, Coors only uses water that flows in the Rocky Mountains. So go ahead and grab your Coors today. I'm just kidding. I'm not sponsored by them. I normally don't drink Coors, but we just had a big wedding in the family, and I was gifted probably like $1,000, $2,000 worth of alcohol and liquor. So you guys might see me drinking on some girly stuff, some stuff you never really see me drinking on. Jay, what's going on? Craig said, what's up? Couple more dumps, and then it's off to the races. Hold tight next month or so. I agree, bro. Bullish, what's going on, bro? Jay's in the house. Ricky, what's going on, my boy? Jay said no IPAs. I don't have any more IPAs right now. I ain't gonna lie. I got like stuff that you would buy for big parties. Bud Light, White Claws, like crazy. Stuff like that. Twan said, okay, he's buying a Coors right now. Overcome, what's going on, bro? Ricky, I don't mind Coors, but it's not really, it's not something I'm going to go out and, go look for and go buy. It's there. I was like, you know what? It's nice and cold. And then I read that fun fact that I'm literally drinking water that was flowing in the Rocky Mountains, guys. Ice cold water. You can't beat that. Refreshing. Just kidding. Bitcoin dominance right now is sitting still pretty high at around 60.6%. It has retraced slightly, obviously, since its crazy run up. Probably the highest. I think this was the highest. Yeah, it was, that we've seen all season at around 64. Obviously, we have seen a retracement from there, but it is still holding very high for dominance. And this is why, if you're wondering why the hell aren't the altcoins really moving, obviously Bitcoin is kind of stagnant right now as well, but alts really have been just running along with it kind of stagnant because 60% of the market cap right now is all in Bitcoin. What does that usually tell you? Well, that usually tells you that people are uncertain in the market and they're taking themselves out of those riskier assets. And if either they're going to, we talked about this last week, either they're going to put their money in stable coins, wait on the sidelines, or they're going to move their money over to Bitcoin and let it just sit there until the market kind of figures itself out. And right now, fear and greed index is at a whopping 39 or 38 right now. So we're technically in fear, right? So that pretty much explains the market right now. It's basically not even that the whole market's scared and fear. It's just uncertain, right? It's uncertain. What is Bitcoin going to do? It's been just freaking sitting for the last 2 weeks sideways, right? Nothing much, no excitement, nothing. We go through this, people, right? We go through this all the time, and then out of nowhere, boom, we're running. Meme coins are, up hundreds of percent in literally weeks. I feel like we're literally about to be getting into that little cycle, right? So, in my opinion, if you made it through this long, I feel like the finish line is coming up soon. For the market as well. So at some point in 2025, and we still have a big, massive run ahead of us. And I do think it's probably going to be the last song for the night for crypto and possibly us going into some kind of a bear market. But who knows? Because what have we been talking about for the last week or two, last really month? There's so much bullishness in the news right now, right? We're going to cover some stuff right now, but every day that we read the articles on our streams, it's just basically just so bullish. Everything's so bullish. Obviously, there's always going to be bearishness out there, like bearish stuff here and there, scams and here and there is just stuff. But as far as like the institutions, the countries, the adoption that we're seeing with Bitcoin, and not only Bitcoin but the whole crypto market as a whole, it's just that there's going to be still a big run ahead of us. And really, if you really look at the 4-year cycles, who was saying basically that I was saying that I pretty much think that we are basically 2021 all over again. And we went through this in 2021, maybe a different song, right? Different things were going on. China, was banning crypto for the 100th time. And we had little things, and we had, just little things going on that was kind of bearish at the time, but we had so much bullishness going on in the market. So 2021 was the end of the bull run. We saw massive runs, but in between those runs, we also saw big dips. We saw times where the market was had big drops and it stayed down for 8 weeks, 10 weeks. Remember, what do I always tell you guys about in 2021, for certain spots? We're out of January, so I'm not going to bring that up, but look at this drop right here. This was in 2021 after we made highs, right? Bear flag played out. We dropped down and we consolidated at around a 30-40% drop. And you can see, look, this is Bitcoin right here. And we basically dropped, and from May the 19th all the way to July the 22nd, so 2 months, 8 weeks, we legit sat there and it felt like we were just doing the same exact thing as what we're doing right now. Consolidating, seeing maybe new lows here and there, right? But the market was just so boring. We couldn't basically retrace back up to some of these levels that we were at before the drop. Alts were absolutely devastated during this time. It was a fun time in crypto, right? And I'm not even being facetious, because it was a fun time in crypto, because if you took advantage of this period of consolidation and this drop, look what followed, right? Look what followed. We saw more highs. We actually saw us run up. This wasn't a high, but you can see we ended up retracing from the bottom, right? Just a few months after we dropped down to here, you can see we ran up 80% for Bitcoin in a span of, let's see here. So from this bottom on the 21st of June to this little local high right here was in September. That was actually, hold on, July, August, September. So about 3 months, we'll say about 10 weeks for us to do this, but 80% for Bitcoin. That's a massive move. What do you think altcoins did during that time? We saw a massive run in altcoins as well. But look what happened. We saw another drop down. This one wasn't as severe, but we saw another drop down. But look what followed, guys, as that's that epic run that we saw towards the end of 2021. And this is basically what you could mark as altcoin season, because this is when Ethereum was making all-time highs. Dogecoin, I think, made highs earlier in the year, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of alts, pretty much 90% of alts that were around at the time, were all going absolutely apeshit, right? So if you really think about it, 2020 was like 2024, right? 2021 seems to be kind of lining up with 2025, and this would put it down pretty much like that 4-year cycle that we're always hearing, right? So that's where I personally think that we're at, and if that's the case, it's not going to be exactly the same, but we're in a consolidation zone right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we have some all-time highs coming up soon. Who knows? Is this going to be the last time that we move up, right? Or is this going to be just another big run before we see somewhat of another retrace towards the downside, kind of like that scenario we saw where it wasn't as bad, but we did see a 20% drop down, only to run and make new highs and see altcoins go absolutely freaking bonkers, right? So you tell me what you believe, but that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, history doesn't repeat itself exactly right, but if you look back, it always seems to rhyme. It always seems to look similar, right? And 4-year cycles, I still do believe that we're in them. We're definitely still in them. And if that's the case, you go 4 years ago, and that puts us right at 2021, pretty much what this market's been doing. So that's where I'm going to leave it right there for Bitcoin. Dominance, obviously, we want to see dominance come down quite a bit. And I think as we move and Bitcoin starts bringing confidence back in the market, obviously moving up, we breaking that $100,000 mark and getting up there and staying stable above 100, you're going to probably see dominance start coming down, right? What I say, Bitcoin's moving up, dominance is coming down. Yeah, because confidence is going to be moving in, and that's when you're going to see a lot of money kind of flowing back in to a lot of these alts, right? Big caps are going to be first, fundamentals, utility projects, stuff like that's going to be first, and then down the line, small caps, meme coins will start moving with it. And I'm telling you this right now, guys. Right now, I'm telling you, and I'm not bullshitting you. Meme coins have been down so much in the last month or two, right? That when they start moving, some of these meme coins, they've dropped 50, 60% off their market caps. That money is going to come flowing back, and these freaking meme coins are going to absolutely go crazy. Mark my words. So we will see how it goes. Ricky, no tequila, bro. Absolutely no tequila. Ricky said a lot of FUD about Solana. Jay said Bar is up 28%. I know it was up 40% earlier. We're going to look at that here in a second. Old, what's going on, bro? Jay said a lot of big wigs are buying bags and bags of Solana and Ethereum. Now, you know what's funny is you go back a few weeks ago and everybody was like, screw Ethereum, right? Everybody's like, screw Ethereum, Solana, XRP. And it's like now the narrative has changed to where a lot of people are putting their money back and talking highly on Ethereum again, right? Which is a good thing, guys, which is a good thing. So you're seeing Ethereum holding strong right now. I mean, it is still technically in a consolidation as well, but you can see it's sitting at around 2750. I mean, you can see from some of these lows, it dropped down to 21 at some point. But really the bottom, if we were to, let me see here. If we were to really like pull up some kind of a consolidation area right here, you can see the bottom looks like it's pretty much found that bottom at around 25. And then the top obviously being somewhere around 28, somewhere around there. Right, so you can see it is definitely consolidating in a tight range as well. But it looks like if you compare from Bitcoin, you know, you're looking at Bitcoin today on the daily, it's in the red. Ethereum on the daily, it's on a nice green candle. So it's definitely been holding pretty well. You can see a lot of money has probably been flowing into Ethereum with anticipation that Ethereum's been, you know, kept down for so long that this thing is probably going to be running. I wouldn't be surprised. And the next few weeks, we're talking about a $4,000 Ethereum, $4,000 Ethereum or more. So clip it, mark it, Crip said it. It's going to happen, right? Gino, what's going on, girl? What is going on, guys? I'm happy to be back, guys. I am happy to be back with you guys. Make sure we don't have a big crowd here, but everybody hit the like button right now. Slap that like. Please slap the like. I appreciate it. So looking at some of the DeFi for today, we're going to look at some other things. We got a little whole spectrum of stuff. Right now, Byra on Chronos is up about 27%. One thing I wanted to point out with this particular project is, you know what this project reminds me of? Corgi AI. Corgi AI had a massive run, right? And then it kind of did the same thing where it was kind of trending sideways and down, but it would have these spurts where it would, you know, you would see it go up, run up, you know, out of nowhere, 40, 50, sometimes even 100% in a day, right? But if you come back a week later, it would be right back down and making new lows, you know? So I'm not saying I'm nothing against this project particularly, but, you know, if you were able to get in at this bottom and run it up, you know, a nice 40, 50%, hopefully you took profits, not financial advice, because I wouldn't be surprised if the market kind of stays where it's at for maybe the next few days or the next week or two, that this is probably going to trend right back down towards that 25, 26 level and probably continue its kind of movement that it's been doing towards the right and down. So just giving you the heads up on that one. But other than that, as far as like our watch list that I have for DeFi, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy right now. We have Roaring Kitty that's on Ethereum that's up about 10%. You know, but nothing really much. Call up maybe a 0.5% right now, but still at $17 million, probably at a really good price right now, in my opinion, to be accumulating. But the rest of the market, as far as my DeFi, Maniki down 4% today. Where's Myro? Myro's down about 1% today. Myro at a market cap of $17 million, guys. Bro, I'm telling you, we're going to have a stream here soon where I'm going to be going crazy. I'm probably going to be crying because I've been accumulating so much Myro and Maniki that if this thing pops, this ain't going to be Coors anymore. It's going to be champagne. All right. I'm telling you right now. Ricky said, I heard Caspa is getting ready to launch on Coinbase. I've been hearing that for the last few days. I really have. Jay said, thoughts on these RWAs, info, and Chainlink. I mean, I'm sure they're all down. We can look at the charts for sure. What did I say the other day as far as like TA for any of these projects right now? I don't care any project right now. TA doesn't matter in my opinion. It really doesn't matter until we can get out of this consolidation area. It really does not matter, right? So a project like Chainlink, which I think brings like for crypto things that a lot of projects aren't bringing, right? So it's obviously going to have always a place in crypto for right now until maybe a big competitor comes to compete with Chainlink, which I don't think they're ever going to do or anytime soon. So a project like Chainlink is going to probably do really well when the markets start picking back up. But I can say this for even projects that have no fundamentals or no, anything as far as like how they operate, and they're just strictly ran off of hype. They're probably going to do really well, aka Memecoin'S and stuff like that. They're probably going to do really well when the market runs, right? So it's just like right now, you can see, I will tell you, it looks like Chainlink has found some support at around $17.80, right? That looks like that's its support level for right now. And then obviously it hasn't even come up to retest the 618, I believe, right? Yeah, the 618 at around $20.50, somewhere around there. It's really just been consolidating right above that support level at the 1780. High so far been right around that $20 mark for Chainlink. So, I mean, it's really the same thing applies really for every project right now. I can go through literally every project and probably put this box of consolidation on every project, and it's just everything it's been trading in such a fine price that at some point we know what's going to be coming. I'm just hoping that it's going to be towards the upside. I really do hope. We have a lot of things coming. I think not only for macro, but like I've been hearing a lot of stuff. With Russia and Ukraine, the war possibly about to be coming to an end. Not that I think that's going to really move the market, but we have a lot of things I think that that's setting up for 2025. That's going to really give just boosts into the market, stock market as well, where investors are going to start feeling comfortable putting their money back into a lot of these assets. I don't think it's going to be long lived per se, but I do think that there's going to be a lot of things coming up, that maybe right now with the tariffs and just little things possibly that are going on, with the new administration, stuff like that seem like, oh man, this stinks or whatever the case is. I think everything's going to smooth itself out in the next coming weeks, maybe months, and the markets, the economy is going to really start rocketing towards the upside. And I do think that we're going to start moving and the markets are going to start moving with it. That's my opinion, right? So Old said, yeah, huge wallet has been accumulating. Let's see, you just need a couple more months of sideways action, and I should be okay on my Caspa position. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't know if we're gonna have that long, of us just kind of sitting sideways. Because, like I said, it's kind of like that analogy, like you're shaking up a Coke, and it's just like we've been kind of shaking that Coke up. Oh, don't do that motion, right? But no diddy on that one. But we're shaking up the soda, and it's literally it's about to just go. Everything I just said, just forget it. That was a complete no diddy. But you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? I really don't think that we're gonna have a few months of kind of the same price action. We could, but I think this would probably go down in history as probably the boringest time in crypto since Bitcoin's been traded. Ricky said his boy bought 50,000 Ondo. Nice. O said Duco woke up. Anyone see that? I did see that. I was looking at it. I was like, damn, that bitch jumped out of nowhere. Everybody's talking about Ondo. What's going on? I saw something about XRP and Ondo right? Something about them doing some kind of a partnership. I didn't really read into it because I was on vacation, but now it's all starting to hit. I saw something about XRP and Ondo on some kind of a, like they were working together, or XRP was doing something with Ondo. Jay said there's an Ondo summit in New York. Okay. Ricky said my Coke is shaked. Hope you're talking about your Coke, bro. Old said, isn't Chase invested in Chainlink? I don't know, bro. So Ondo, looking at Ondo, couple of things. We don't have a chart lined up for Ondo, but you can see obviously trend just pointing towards the downside for the most part. You can kind of see this fine price range that we've been in for Ondo. Looks like it has found some support somewhere on this trend line, somewhere around that $1.20 area. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like $1.20 is a yeah, you can see resistance, support at around the $1.19 area for Ondo. But obviously you can see downward trend still in action, so this thing would definitely need to break above the trend. But you can see that $1.19 is a spot for some support, so hopefully that holds. I would say, in my opinion, not financial advice, anything below the $1.19 area would probably be a good spot to accumulate for Ondo. Yeah, look at this. Duco on Solana. It's number 18 trending. They're not running any kind of boost. They're not running any ads. And out of nowhere, they have run up to almost the top 20 trending on Solana right now. They've been out for a year and 3 days, right? So over a year, you can see, and they've definitely seen a massive explosion and in price. Let me just try to catch. Holy shit. Excuse my language. 800% from back here. This was back in what? Mid-February? Wait, what? In the last 2 days, dude. Look at that. Holy hell. This project has shot up. This thing probably got listed somewhere. There's no way that they're just going to run up like that. They had to have been listed somewhere. Market cap's still very low at 10 million. Excuse me. I wonder if they had to have been listed somewhere. Look at this dummy right here. He posts, Duco, this coin doesn't seem to be excited anymore. Ouch. Poor you all. Goodbye. It's run up 800% in the last 2 days. These people are such beginner traders. This is like insane. That's crazy though. I'm just looking to see if there's like anybody that's... There's got to be some kind of a reason why this thing is shot up. I don't know. But as far as central exchanges, it's on BitGet, MEXC, Gate.io. I mean, it's on some mid-tier, other than MEXC is a pretty solid exchange. It's on some, mid-tier exchanges. I'm just wondering, like, that move was like a Binance move right there or something, or Coinbase move, or at least a Robinhood move. I mean, look at this. This thing was like dormant for like the last 4 weeks. It literally was just chopping to the side, and then out of nowhere, this thing ran up 700+%. Toshi's in the house. What's going on, bro? Oh, Old said he accidentally sent $1,000 worth of Duco a while back. I remember you messaging me about that, bro. I remember you messaging me about that. That's the one thing that's just like, whew. Before I send anything off, I always like send, especially if it's like a new wallet, I always send like $1 to the wallet and just make sure it gets there. And I make sure everything, like I did everything correctly. I will never send like a big amount on the first time. Like I always send a small amount just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. Looking at the, that's the weekly. Looking at the daily on the bubbles, you guys can see, just a mixed breed across the board. Trump coin down 10%. We're going to talk about why Trump coin, I think, is down per se. Other than it's been trending down, obviously, with the whole market. Jupiter's down 7%. Radium, isn't that odd? Solana's down today, obviously. Jupiter, Radium are down with it. You have Maker up, Bunk's down, obviously. Pepe's not doing bad. HBAR's down 4%. Pancake Swap, that's been doing really well. Pancake Swap, that's on Ethereum, actually dethroned Radium, I think, last week as far as money volume, which tells you something, right? What I've been telling you, a lot of people have been kind of activated back up on Ethereum. A lot of people have been kind of hyped up on Ethereum, been trading Ethereum. So you can see like their swaps, like Pancake Swap. When's the last time you've seen Pancake Swap on the top 100 bubbles, right? It's been a while, but they've had a lot of movement recently, and I think that kind of coincides with Ethereum. Why Ethereum's holding so strong right now. It's up 2.5% on a day like today, which really nothing's going on, right? So it kind of just is telling you, I think Ethereum's going to be going for a run here, possibly in the next few weeks, if not sooner. So we'll see how that goes. Arbitrum, layer 2 Ethereum project, up about 4.6%. It's been in the caves. You haven't heard anything about Arbitrum in so long, right? And it's starting to wake up. So, and then Chainlink, we have about 1.4%, and Uniswap, again, another Ethereum swap of about 2.7%. Kind of weird. Solana's down, right? Solana swaps are down. Ethereum's up. Ethereum's swaps are up. So I'm wondering if there's a shift in the market right now where maybe people are shifting that were in Solana, right, that are potentially shifting over to Ethereum. I don't know if it's short term or what's going on, but maybe shifting over into Ethereum, potentially, with some kind of a move ahead of us, with Ethereum. So we'll see. But Solana right now, 178. Let's see. So a couple things here. So I wanted to cover a couple things. Why? So Trump coin obviously down. It's been moving down, right? But what's been happening in the last day or two? Well, you guys probably already know. Remember, I've been on vacation, just coming back. But we had Argentina's president, or whoever, who knows, right? But, they dropped some kind of a meme coin. And let's actually pull that meme coin up while we're talking about it. But they dropped a meme coin, and it ran, and literally a few hours later, it dropped over 90%. Let's see if this is it right here. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. So, it's at around 460 million. At one point, it was at $4 billion market cap. So you can see this thing has definitely took a big drop to the downside. It actually, if you really look at it, it looks like it might be trending towards, making higher lows as of right now. But let's get back into it. So let's see here. So it says this isn't some random beep scam. Hayden Mark Davis, mastermind behind the crash of Libra crypto scam. Okay, let's find out what's going on here. So Hayden, the man behind the Libra token endorsed by Argentina's president Javier, I don't know his last name, Milei, which cratered in value, appeared to be holding $100 million of investors' funds, but insisted this is not a random scam. Sunday, February the 16th, which is yesterday, turned out to be a disaster for Argentina's President Javier, as political opponents threatened an impeachment trial after he promoted a project, Viva la Liberated, also known by the ticker Libra. The token, launched on Solana, was meant to help Argentina's economy, but cratered by more than 90% just hours after its debut, as insider wallets cashed out over $100 million in liquidity, leading to a $4 billion market cap wipeout. Yet, it seems like Javier wasn't the only one behind the token's launch. Instead, it appears to have been a collective initiative with various parties now pointing fingers at each other. The launch of the Libra token, promoted by Argentina's President Javier, involved several key individuals and organizations. And they're basically giving out, just a bunch of people. Obviously, the president of Argentina, KIP Protocol, a decentralized AI framework that bragged about playing a key role in the development of Libra. Julian, co-founder and CEO of KIP Protocol, who met the president to discuss how KIP's decentralized AI technology could align with Argentina's technological ambitions. And then Hayden Mark Davis, a serial crypto entrepreneur who was involved in the token's promotion and later accused President Javier, is that his name, Javier? Yeah. President Javier of withdrawing support, which he claims led to the token's collapse. Before we even read on, what's crazy is Libra, I don't know, bro. I know it's not the same as what Gina brings up, her project, but who knows? I wonder if that project took a hit because of this. We'll have to pull up the chart. But my opinion on this whole situation is these things right here are not good for crypto. And I feel like there's masterminds behind it that are purposely doing this to kind of just slow down crypto right now, right? When Trump dropped his meme coin, I think we all, whether you supported Trump or you didn't like him, I think we all were in an agreement. We were like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, why do this? Like right before being inaugurated, I think we all kind of were just like, what? I didn't particularly voice like, oh my God, I can't believe he did it. But it was just mostly like, why? Like why? It's not going to probably help anything out, and since then you've seen a lot of bigger political people come out and try to drop meme coins. Last year it was Hollywood and famous artists, musicians and whatever the case is, rappers, and who knows, they were all, taking their little shots at, trying to drop meme coins, but they all ended up the same way, right? Where, they Hawk Tua, she Hawk Tua'd on that thing, no Diddy on that one, and they all ended up being the same way, right? Where it's just like they all ended up just really not doing good and leaving behind a lot of, I would say, beginner investors because if you're buying in on these things, like I always say, if you stumble across one of these projects right when they drop and you make money, hell yeah. But if you're going on Twitter and you're after Hawk Tua said, hey guys, my coin is live, and you go and buy it, bruh, I'm going to have to classify you as a beginner trader, right? Because you're just like, why the hell would you even do that? That's you've seen how all these things play out. Now, I will come back and say, Trump's coin's still worth billions of dollars, right? So you haven't seen a massive crash. Yes, you're going to see that beginner gains on any project when they drop, where they're going to run up, and that's what we saw with Trump's token, right, or Trump's coin, and we have seen a big retracement, but it's still worth billions of dollars. You can't say that Trump's done the same thing as a lot of these people, but still, it just is not a good look, right? And this right here from from the president of Argentina, definitely not a good look. Not a good look for him. Not a good look for his government, and definitely not a good look for the crypto space, in my opinion. So it stinks that something like this has happened, again, right? But it's just like, I feel like that's the times that we're in right now, and we're probably going to continue to see stuff like this happen, right? So going back to this project, it still has a market cap of $462 million, and the liquidity is still at $100 million. So, This project's not, it's not a rug pull. What we're getting from a lot of these projects is we're getting a lot of basically what you would see in the same thing as a stock market, insider trading, where these people are right when they're launching these tokens, and they basically, we all know how Solana and really all these DeFi works, right? They're going to drop the project. They send it out before they do it. They have, they hold 50 to 80% of the circulating supply, and they disperse that into like 100 different plus wallets, right? And as the project's pumping, they're dumping, right? So it's not necessarily a rug pull, but they're dumping on, the project. When a lot of them, and now on the back end, a lot of them are saying we're going to hold until a year down the road, and whatever the hell the roadmaps they claim are, it's bullshit, right? It's bullshit. And you can see what happens here. Massive run up, and then just as fast, a massive run down. So I've said this on the channel for well over a year, as we've seen a lot of these celebrity tokens get dropped. Be careful. Not financial advice, but I stay the hell away from all of them unless I'm just, scrolling on Solana, and I end up just falling across one of these projects right when they drop, and I get in at a crazy position. But you better believe I'm jumping in and I'm jumping out. I'm not going to sit there and run this thing up and run it down, So it is what it is. Me personally, it's DeFi, right? It's the wild, wild west. I feel like if you jumped in on these projects and you ended up losing, it is what it is. It's like going to the casino, right? Are we going to start attacking the casino because they're freaking, not everybody's making money, So it's just like, it's the risk that people take to trade on to DeFi, especially buying in on these Hollywood stars and government officials that are dropping meme coins. It's already risky, and then you're buying in on some of these projects, it's going to be extra risky. And then especially you throw in Argentina, right? I'm sure a lot of people aren't filthy rich in Argentina, and Argentina is a beautiful country, right? But you have a lot of these countries down there that are, a lot of these politicians are even more corrupt than what you would see in the States and Europe and stuff like that. They're even more corrupt. So if they have, if they're holding on to a certain supply, they're going to dump it, right? If you're telling me that, these people will probably make $40,000, $50,000 a year, and they have an opportunity to make millions, they're going to take it, right, to feed their families and stuff like that. And they're going to be like, screw the investors or whatever the hell, this president that it's all going to fall onto. So just my opinion, guys, but just be careful out there with all that stuff. Flips in the house. What's going on, bro? Punk, what's going on, dude? What is going on, guys? And then the other article I wanted to pull up was XRP trading's boom on U.S. exchanges as ETF speculations heat up. So if you guys remember, I was the first YouTuber. Just kidding. But we did drop it like literally an hour after it hit the press last week, I think, or maybe the week before. Vacations got me all thrown out. But remember, we were talking about XRP, Litecoin, possibly Solana. Remember, they were giving us kind of percentage-wise how, if we could see in it the ETF, like basically the percentage-wise of them actually coming into fruition, right? And they put Litecoin at like 70%. They put XRP at like around 70%, and they put a Solana ETF at around 90%, guys. So with that being said, you have something like Solana right now. Let's see here. XRP right now technically down 2% at around 265, right? It's really, if you look at Solana, I keep saying Solana, XRP, to say it a few times. If you look at XRP, a couple things here. One, it's finding support at around the 236. 236 is around that $2.64. It has found some solid support there. I want to pull up the 2 hour and see, because the last time I had this chart up, we had a bull flag that was forming. Let's see if we're still kind of in the loop with that. I want to move this channel up a little bit. So it looks like this bull flag is still playing out for XRP, right? So yes, it is down a little over 2% today. It is finding support at the 236 fib, which is very bullish. And on top of that, it is in a descending channel right after a big pump, which, what do we call that, guys? Yes, that is a bull flag right here. So it doesn't guarantee that it's going to, take off and the bull flag is going to play out. But those are some bullish scenarios on the charts, particularly that we have, right? Now, the market needs to stay kind of where it's at, or if not, do better, and we can probably see XRP start running. And then on top of that, you have speculations that's been coming out for the last few weeks of some kind of an XRP ETF potentially dropping at some point this year. Remember, they're not even going to, everything's got to get filed. Remember, the next date, I think, for them to even like start like really, putting it into, into play is in October of this year. So we still have a solid 8 months until a lot of these ETFs are even going to, until we're even going to really find out if it's really happening or not. So there's going to be a long time, until from here to now, basically. That's a long time in crypto. So let's see here. So the demand for XRP exceeds that of other cryptos on US-based exchanges, with trading volumes surging significantly since November, according to the recent Kiko report. The report highlighted XRP growth in trading activity using Coinbase's latest earnings. Let's hear XRP's latest earnings report. For the first time in recent history, XRP contributed more to the exchange trading base revenue than Ethereum. XRP accounted for 14% of Coinbase's total trading revenue in the fourth quarter, reflecting a broader trend across the US-based exchanges. Now, notice how they're basically giving us numbers from the fourth quarter of 2024. Right? Because I guess they give out quarterly numbers. So, I mean, really, if you think about it, that was when XRP was running from 50 cents up to $3. So, obviously, it's going to definitely, be probably one of the biggest, or if not the most traded project on something like Coinbase during that period. I would love to see, in the next few weeks or next few months when this quarter is over with, basically in March, if it's still up there as far as, competing, if not outperforming like Solana and Ethereum and stuff like that, because the market has slowed down so much in a sense. So, but it doesn't take away that there is speculation for an ETF. So reportedly, the report partially attributed to the spike in activity to speculation about a potential approval of a spot XRP exchange traded fund, with asset managers lining up to introduce such projects. Last week, the SEC formally acknowledged XRP ETF filings, setting off a 240-day review window before final decision. 240-day review, that means October, like I said, before final decision. According to Bloomberg, the odds of approval for a spot ETF in the U.S. are around 65%. Remember, I said 70, so I was right there. With the room for an increase if the new SEC leadership extinguishes the lawsuits in which it labeled a security. Market participants expected highlighted volatility as the deadline nears, given the percent set by Ethereum in May 2024. At that time, Ethereum trading volume and prices surged after the SEC unexpectedly approved the spot Ethereum ETF, which, in my opinion, didn't do really much, right? So, like we said, or like we've already said, we have this going to be looming for all year until we get to October. But, definitely good things coming up for a lot of these projects. And it wasn't just for XRP. It was also for Litecoin, Solana, and Dogecoin. Dogecoin could possibly be the first meme coin that can make it to the big leagues as far as an ETF traded fund on something like the NASDAQ. Isn't that crazy? We've gone a long way, guys. We've gone a long way. And I still do think there's going to be a lot more movement coming. So I really do. Excuse me. A couple of things I wanted to point out on Twitter. So MM Crypto, you guys probably all know him for on YouTube. Definitely someone I want to follow and watch as well. He's basically pointing out the fear and greed index. Every time that we get down to these levels, right, down into the 30s, we usually see a big run, right? The last 3 times we've been down in these areas, we've seen a big run. So we could see a little bit more of a downward move, right, as far as fear, a little bit more fear in the market, because you can see both these times we're down, almost touching into the 20s, right, briefly before running off. We're at around 38 right now, which I think we're still at around that level. What are we at right now? 38. Yep. So we're still at 38. So I still do believe if this is the bottom, awesome. We could move down just a little bit more before seeing us move back up, and the market's really picking up as far as confidence. So, and there was something else I wanted to point out here. You can see this right here. Oh, there was two things I wanted to point out. So this right here, you can see this was the president of Argentina. Obviously, Memecoin down. The States, Trump, the project's down. But, this project right here, you can see it's down 87%. Trump's actual project is still up 200%, even it being down. So, I mean, Trump's project's still running, multi-billion-dollar project. So you can't really kind of put him in the same category as this project. And then you have the president of El Salvador. That's been their country has been strictly buying Bitcoin, right? And you can see basically they're doing very well on their investment. I wanted to point this out, guys. This video right here. This kid, 12 years old, back in 2011, was explaining Bitcoin. 12 years old, guys, in 2011. Where were we at, right? Why weren't we seeing this? Bitcoin was worth $8 a Bitcoin at the time. We're not gonna watch it all because it's 10 minutes, but I wanted to just kind of point out, look at the quality.
TechPod USA on YouTube, and we can also be found on Twitter at TechDude356, blog at sometechblog.weebly.com. I'll get into all that stuff at the end.
2011, guys.
But today we're going to be talking about something that is not really new, but it's different. I hadn't seen it before. And this is a Bitcoin. It is
12 years old.
It's a peer-to-peer virtual currency.
Bro, 12 years old, guys. Isn't that crazy? That blows my mind. This kid right here, 12 years old, was on this probably the biggest investment of all of our times.
Let me see if I can pull that up right.
I want to know where's this kid at nowadays.
So, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin says just that it is a peer-to-peer. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer currency. Peer-to-peer means that no central authority issues new money or tracks transactions. These tasks are managed collectively by the network. So, yep, that's what their website says. But pretty much, you can trade your real money, for Bitcoins, which are files stored in your computer, or flash drive device, any sort of device, and they can be used as money on certain websites.
Crazy right there, bro. If you guys, it's on Bitmonk Crypto. If you guys want to watch that video on Twitter, we won't watch it anymore. But something like that just blows my mind. Like, you just go back in time 15 years or whatever it is, 14 years ago, and you see, not only adults, but now you have freaking videos of 12-year-old kids telling you about Bitcoin, and I'm sure his mom was like, Billy, dinner's ready, get off that. He's sitting here, not only is he talking about Bitcoin, but he's also like one of the first freaking YouTubers that are streaming or that are making videos about crypto at the time. The kid was ahead of his time. It was like very ahead of his time. I'm curious to see where he's at nowadays. Ricky said, "Look at Neuron." Is that DeFi or we brought it up before, bro? If I pull up this chart and it's up 5,000%, and I tell you, bro, just stop. Is this This is probably on DeFi, right? Is this a project? Yeah, that's it. $6 million market cap, $7 million market cap. I mean, it's not doing too bad for the weekly. Yeah, it's at 7 cents. I mean, it's a small cap mark. It's a small cap project. It's on crypto.com, KuCoin, Gate.io. What do you It's on Arbitrum. Is the ecosystem, so you could actually go and trade this on Arbitrum if you have an Arbitrum wallet, guys. Just to throw that out there, you don't have to necessarily buy it on a central exchange. But I mean, the project obviously you can tell has a very small market cap. These crazy ass runs that you're seeing here. This one particularly 250%, right? So definitely not bad. Try to find some bottom movement right here. I mean, she's going to run. I would say she's probably, I mean, at some point you will probably, I mean, you'll probably see things like this happen, right? On small cap projects is what's happening. You can see it likes to do that, right? And we can pull up other small caps that do the same thing. I would say, particularly if you're long term, anything below 5 cents or below, probably not a bad move. But remember, if you have an Arbitrum wallet, you can actually go on Arbitrum on one of the swaps and buy this project if you're looking for it instead of buying it on Central Exchange. So, a couple things I wanted to point out for this week coming up. We have the FOMC minutes that are dropping on the 19th. Usually there's a little bit of volatility when that does happen. Today, the stock market was closed, obviously, because of the national holiday for the President's Day. So I'm curious to see how the market opens up tomorrow. FOMC minutes, I mean, it's really nothing too big in my opinion, but we will see some volatility. I think the only reason why maybe it might be a little bit more of a mover this time just because the CPI report that just dropped wasn't the best for us, right? So just keep an eye on that. That's going to be on the 19th. We could see some volatility. Remember, the bottom of this trading consolidation area right now is around 95. We'll call it 95.3. It's like 95, 295, somewhere around there. So hopefully we can hold. Old said he had a chance to buy $300 with a Bitcoin 2010. Yeah, he did. We all did. It's a gaming project. Oh, yeah. You notice you haven't really heard anything about gaming on crypto as of late. Like in the last 6 months, really. 2021, that was the biggest thing that was going to come through crypto was freaking Axie Infinity did really well. Damn, I'm forgetting all the gaming platforms. They're still around. Yeah, gaming and AR in the dumps right now. And you know what? So why this probably would be the probably in my opinion, not financial advice, but probably the best time to be accumulating. ALI. Look at that, Rick. Y'all had a nice run, bro. But what did I say? I said ALI does the same thing. Small market cap. It does the same thing. It has these nice runs, but always seems to find its way right under a penny. Always seems to find its way right under a penny. But, I mean, take advantage of that volatility, is what I always say, right? So you can see nice buy zone that we're in right now, right? If you would have bought in, boom. Bought in, boom. Bought in, boom. Right? This time it didn't even actually go down to this buy zone, and we're back into that buy zone. I mean, it's almost definite, right? Another freaking buy zone right here. It's almost definite for ALI at some point. right? This thing will probably take off. If we bounce down to this 00882 level, which is a big spot for some support, you can see we've consolidated on it. We bounced on it. We dropped below it right here. This was probably the biggest buy for ALI during this season right here, was this move, right? But regardless, this zone that we just entered on ALI tends to be a good spot. I'm going to kind of wait because I particularly hate buying it on crypto.com, but if it does drop down to some of this lower levels, I will throw some money back at ALI. What's Fetch AI doing right now? 75 cents. I mean, what's crazy is Fetch AI. If you take out this little giga drop right here, Fetch AI hasn't been in these levels that it's in. Just Fetch AI, 75 cents. It hasn't been in these levels since February of 2024. It's been over a year since we've been back down to these levels right here. That's crazy. Ricky said, fun fact, when gaming runs, it runs hard. No Diddy on that one. No Diddy on that one, guys. Let's see if there's anything else. I still can't believe that little kid, bro. Look at Elon Musk looking for gold at Fort Knox, and it's gone. Oh my God, Elon. Did you guys see what Elon changed his name to last week? Harry Bowles. Oh man, this guy, he's too much, bro. Elon's probably got to be the biggest troller in the world. But how he spelt it was like a German, like Harry Bowles, B-O-L-Z Bowles. And they're doing that because of big balls. If you know, you know, right? But yeah, guys, other than that, there's really nothing else going on, guys. What do we have here? Idiots. They're everywhere. Yeah, but like I said, with that being said, guys, we're in this consolidating path right now. It is boring, right? But if you look back, historically speaking, these are the times we're in fear right now, in fear and greed index. A lot of these small caps have been just decimated, only to probably see a massive run when we do start running. And like I always tell you guys, we always look back at these times where we're like, why didn't I buy? Why didn't I buy more? I know it's nervous, and I'm not giving out financial advice or anything like that. But me personally, I just been slowly accumulating. I already have such massive bags of some of these projects. I haven't even checked on Ordinals. I haven't even looked at Ordinals. It's such a long-term project for me. It's at around $12 right now. But a lot of these projects have they're down so much that it's just, to me, it's just a buying opportunity long term, letting it be, right? Just kind of parking your money and just slowly accumulating, because I can't guarantee, but I can almost guarantee, just from how history's played itself out, patience will play off as long as you have time on your side, and you'll definitely see some massive growth in your portfolios if you have time as you're on your side, right, for a lot of these projects. So Other than that, it's going to be probably, boring until this next massive move whenever we get it, right? Could be the next few days, could be tomorrow, it could be the next month or two, right? I'm curious to see if we go another month or two, kind of the way we are right now, people are going to be going ape shit, right? People are going to go absolutely ape shit. And mark my words, if we do go like another month or longer, DeFi is going to shrivel up, where it's just going to go back to ghost town. Not much going on for DeFi, but right when the market starts pumping back up, a few days after, DeFi is just going to see massive liquidity come flowing right back in. So, excuse me. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Keep your heads up. We'll be good. Tomorrow, we're going to be having a members only stream. So if you guys are interested, we do have multiple members streams, and we basically go a little bit more in depth on what we did today. And really, I get into a lot of what I'm doing, my plays, my opinions, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, under $5 to join, become a member. With that being said, guys, I thank you guys so much. Be safe out there. Hold your heads up. Take yourself off the charts if you can't handle it. We'll be running eventually, guys. We will be. So Ricky said he's going to go shake his Coke. Oh, man. All right, here we go. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? See ya.